2 nights before the rehearsal dinner, they slid the prenup across the mahogany like a guillotine. The leather folder hit the wood with a thud that echoed in my ribs. His mother's manicured fingers lingered on the edge, as if she were serving tea instead of a death sentence for my future. His father leaned back, arms folded, the portrait of a man who'd never lost a negotiation. I was the outsider in their fortress of old money, and the message was clear: sign or disappear. I met Victor at a rooftop fundraiser in Dubai, the kind where champagne flows faster than conversation. He had that effortless gravity, tall, tailored, the sort of smile that made you forget your own name. He told me he was tired of gilded cages, that he wanted a life built on trust, not trust funds. I believed him. We jetted to Santorini on a whim, cooked pasta in his glass-walled loft, laughed until dawn. I thought I'd found the exception to every rule I'd ever learned about men like him. But the red flags were there, fluttering in the corners of my vision. His mother called me dear, with the warmth of a tax audit. His father quizzed me about my portfolio, like I was applying for a loan. Victor's jaw tightened whenever I reached for the check. I filed it away, the way you note a storm cloud on a clear day. 6 weeks before the wedding, the venue emailed. Payment declined. Victor blamed a glitch. Then the caterer needed his parents' approval for the final menu. Approval, not ours. That's when I started digging. Quietly, relentlessly. Turns out, the yacht he'd bought was leased under his father's holding company. The loft? A gift with strings. Every shiny bauble he'd dangled was borrowed from the family vault. And the prenup, delivered like a foreclosure notice, would leave me with less than I'd walked in with. I didn't cry. I called Elena, my attorney, a woman who could eviscerate a contract in her sleep. She drafted a counterproposal, equitable, ironclad, and laced with consequences. I told Victor's parents I'd sign theirs if they signed mine. His mother's teacup paused midair. His father's chuckle died in his throat. Victor looked like a man watching his own funeral. That night, I left my phone recording in the kitchen. Victor stumbled in at 2 a.m., reeking of cigar smoke and someone else's perfume. She'll fold, he slurred to the woman on speaker. She's too invested to walk. The woman laughed, low, familiar, not his mother. My blood turned to ice. I stood in the dark, listening to them map out my surrender like a board game. The next morning, I sent the audio to their family attorney, CC'd a journalist who'd been circling their dynasty for years. By lunch, my inbox was a war zone. They wanted a meeting. I wanted blood. We met in their library, walls of leather-bound lies. I didn't sit. I placed a flash drive on the table like a loaded gun. Before we discussed signatures, I said, "Let's review the terms your son's been negotiating." I hit play. Victor's voice filled the room, drunk and damning. His mother aged 10 years in 10 seconds. His father's knuckles went white. Victor opened his mouth. I raised a finger. Save it. I slid my contract forward. The wedding was canceled. All expenses I'd covered, venue, dress, the custom ring, reverted to me. Every receipt, every wire transfer, notarized and merciless. Elena stepped from the shadows, her presence a scalpel. They tried to bluster. She dismantled them clause by clause until the only sound was their empire cracking. The story broke the next day. Tech heiress dumps fiancé after exposed gold-digging plot. Their pristine reputations splintered like cheap glass. Victor's face was plastered across tabloids, the golden boy revealed as a pawn. On what should have been my wedding day, I sat on a cliff in Positano, barefoot, sipping espresso as the sea swallowed the sun. The ring glinted on my finger, mine now legally and otherwise. I'd sold my AI startup for $18 million the year before, parked the money in a trust they'd never sniffed. They thought they were hunting a doe. They never saw the wolf. Silence isn't surrender. It's strategy. And I'd just played the long game to perfection.